everybody, let's talk about the Church of Satan. And more specifically, under that window, we're going to talk about the 11 rules of the earth, and we're going to talk about an example for each. So the first one is do not give opinions unless you are asked. And a really good example of this is Christians coming onto my videos and spreading their opinions, spreading the word of God. But you don't see me going to their videos and spreading the word of atheism. And another example of this, as a mother, don't give your opinions to mothers. If we wanted them, we would ask for them. I don't give a shit about the if I were you, I would do this shit. No, just don't do it. So number 2 is don't tell your troubles to anyone unless you're sure they want to hear them. An example of this is to publicly play the victim. You know those people who go on Facebook and say, prayers please? Nobody's asking for prayers because their life's going well. Obviously something's wrong and they want you to ask about it. Or at least think about them, in that regard. Like, oh, poor Suzanne. She's always got something going on. So number 3 is when you're in another's lair, respect them or don't go there. This one is pretty self-explanatory. When you go to someone's house, take your shoes off, clean up your trash. Don't go running your mouth about shit that they don't care about. Unless of course they ask. So number 4, if someone is in your lair and they annoy you, treat them cruelly and without mercy. This one personally I do not agree with, and the farthest I'm willing to go with an example is to just ask them to leave, okay? You can be rude about it, I guess, if you want to, but it's not necessary. Number 5, don't make sexual advances unless you were given the signal. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions about this. And honestly, I think this one's so obvious. Consent. You can tell if someone's into you, okay? And if you just can't, ask or stay to yourself. That is it. So number 6, don't take things that don't belong to you unless it is a burden and that person cries out for help. This one is also really self-explanatory. Do not steal other people's shit. But let's dive a little deeper into the burden part. So say your neighbor, they got a lot of chickens and they're like, oh my god, I just had this new baby and I'm having a hard time taking care of these chickens, finding the time to do it. So you politely, without saying anything, get up in the morning, you go over there and you feed them chickens and you collect the eggs and you leave them on a basket on the porch. You're not expecting anything from them. You are just simply helping them out with a burden they've complained about. So number 7 is acknowledge the power of magic. Now, magic to a Satanist is more like psychological. It's more like getting people to bend to your will and do your bidding. And as far as this goes, I'm really not interested in it. I have no desire to manipulate people in any sense of the word. But the Church of Satan, they don't think you should deny that this is a real thing that can happen. And it is a real thing that can happen. But you don't have to participate. All of these rules are, participate or don't. Number 8, don't complain about things you don't have to be a part of. Also really self-explanatory. If you don't have to shop at that really expensive grocery store because there's a cheaper one just a little ways down the road, just shut up and don't complain about it. There's no reason to waste your energy complaining about something you don't have to be a part of. Choose not to be a part of it and move on. Number 9, do not harm little children. This one does not need an example. Number 10, do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or it is for your food. Now, I would argue that they mean this to be for sport as well, when you're killing animals for sport and you're just leaving their body to rot and hanging their head on your wall. They didn't attack you, and obviously you're not going to eat the meat. Most people where I live who kill for sport, they do eat the meat. Now, I did specifically have someone ask me about buying meat from the store. That meat was killed for food. It may not have been killed in the most humane way possible, but it was killed for food. And you can obviously take that as deep or as lightly as you want to. If you feel some type of way about them killing animals for food, don't buy it. But just so you know, the pesticides that farmers use to grow the vegetables also kill animals in the garden. So, you're not doing a whole lot by refusing to eat meat. You're not being as much of an activist as you think you are. And finally, we have number 11. When walking onto open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask them to stop. If they don't stop, destroy them. Now, again, I do not agree with this brutality. Obviously, it really depends on the severity of which someone's bothering you. If someone's trying to, behead you, yeah, fight back. But if someone's just, talking your ear off, move on, walk away. You ain't gotta. Most of an example I'm willing to offer for this is destroy their ability to bother you. Whatever that might be. I am a self-proclaimed atheist and Satanist, and honestly, I don't agree with the brutality of the Church of Satan. I am a very passive person. When violence isn't necessary, do not use it. Do not make it necessary. It is a last resort only. Anyway, I hope this explained in depth more, and as always, no more, believe less.